Before we get started, if you'd like to support us, we do have a Patreon at patreon.com/OSRS Trihards. We also have a new method. If you'd rather send us a one-time donation, visit buymeacoffee.com/Trihards. It's a fast, simple, and easy way to throw us a couple bucks if you like what you're hearing. Links are in the description of each episode. Thank you. Thank you so much to our Patreons, Jock, twitch.tv/JayySlay, Intakes, VsTheHighway, Sallamander, Awaik, Leetchops, and a massive shout out to our TRIHARD Patreon, Soulfright. Thank you so much for showing your support, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, boys. Your support means so much to us.
Hey guys, I'm Rob, aka Dream Name.
I'm Arthur, aka LT Potato.
We're the Trihards.
And this is the 26th episode of your favorite old school podcast. Did I hear you click one tick early?
No, I think we're together.
Okay.
On par. I don't know.
For those of you who don't know, since the very beginning, when it comes time to actually click record, I record locally on my end. Rob does the same thing on his end. We have to coordinate.
That's audio quality to do that. Yep.
Yeah. Correct, because if you remember, our first couple episodes were recorded like on Discord, and it's not good.
No.
So we do a 3, 2, 1, go, and our rule is we click the record button one game tick, 0.6 seconds after go.
Yeah, or we do like a raz, dva, tri, поехали, right?
Right. Since we both speak a bit of Russian, we can do.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go. So today, actually this week, we had a couple weekly updates. Thank goodness. Last week we didn't have any, so we were a little short on substance. But we do have the 8th birthday event. Happy birthday to Old School RuneScape.
Woo!
Yeah, 8 years is actually pretty insane because I remember when it first came out and I made an Iron Man, which is this account. And
did you make your Iron, 2015 then? Because that's when Iron Man came out.
So, like a long time. I think I made the account a long time ago.
Right.
No. Here's what I did. All right. I remember.
Yeah.
I made an Iron Man. I think his name was Iron Rob Man.
Lovely. Okay.
I bought it on him and he got banned.
You bought it?
Yeah.
On your Old School RuneScape Iron Man? Because
RS3, I didn't give a shit about that game, and I just bought it the whole time and got banned.
Yeah.
So RuneScape, Old School RuneScape, I was like, all right, I'll just do the same thing. It didn't end well.
Interesting.
Needless to say, I got him pretty high, and I actually put a lot of actual work into him, and he got banned. And I was like, all right, I'm never botting again. This is stupid. It's just not worth it.
I've learned so much in the past 30 seconds. What? Okay. All right. Whatever.
Yeah. So after that, I made another Iron Man, which is the current one. Obviously, I've never bought it on him at all because, I just have PTSD. I don't want to get banned at all. And, it's not
So you learned...
It's not as fun when you don't do it yourself,
You learned your... Well, I'm surprised you bought it on an Iron Man, but I guess it took you some time to realize maybe okay, this is an Iron Man. This is what it's...
Yeah, and when I say I bought it on him, he had 50 stats, 50 level 50 stats. So
basically 2 hours of wood cutting.
So yeah, he wasn't super cool.
Yeah.
But
don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I would love to bought some of the gathering skills.
Oh yeah, for sure. But then again, like I said, if you do that, you just don't get that same sense of achievement and accomplishment that you do when you actually reach 99, I don't know, a skill that's difficult to get,
I hope that...
Or any skill, actually.
Yeah, I hope that goes without saying, but definitely you don't get that sense of accomplishment, which feels really good. Feels good.
It does. But, yes, 8 years, Old School RuneScape has been a thing. They decided that they aren't making nearly as much money on RS3 because everybody left, so they decided to take the old source from what RuneScape was in 2007, create a new game, Old School RuneScape, and it shot off.
It shot off big time. I remember the poll. There was a big vote out there.
Yep.
In, I guess it would have been the middle of 2012. Do you want it back? And they had different thresholds, how big the support team would be. LOL support team, right? But yeah, it passed. I remember seeing the result. I don't even remember like how I was keeping up with the game. Maybe through YouTube, like Torvesta and SparkMac are some of the and Alkin are some of the YouTubers who like I would kind of tune into throughout the years because they've been relevant for many, many, many years. And it wasn't until the summer of 2018, so over 5 years after Old School's release, is when I got into the game. So my account is it's coming on 3 years old, but
yeah,
this is still pretty new-ish to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I remember the vote, like you said as well, like the tiers that it had. I remember it didn't get the highest tier, but it got like the second highest. But so pretty big support team. They had like the polls to make changes, things like that. So pretty cool. And I haven't actually done the birthday event yet.
Oh, slacking. That's fine. Yeah, it's good. I don't have any complaints with it. I did go with it. I didn't watch a guide. I just sort of
Does it take a while?
No. I actually read the dialogue. You talk to the Duke of Lumbridge, Duke Horatio. And then he sends you on a little adventure. And
the dick, right?
What?
The dick, right? Duke.
Oh, he's
Duke
he's a huge dick.
Yeah.
Oh, the Duke.
No,
you know who's a much bigger asshole?
Who?
Bob.
Oh yeah, he's racist. He's a racist, speciesist.
Bob is literally racist, speciesist. I think we learned that in the Death to Dorgashun quest. Is that what it is?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bob is a fucking asshole. That's Bob of Bob's Axes, exclusively in Lumbridge. All right.
Boycott Bob.
Bob was going ape shit when the monkey jumped on his back. Anyways, do the event. So if you don't have some of those dance emotes, then you get them through the birthday event. So
yeah,
I don't know about you guys, but like when I started playing this game, I just saw various emotes that I didn't have, but you unlock them once you do like the Christmas event, the Halloween event, and the Smooth Dance and Crazy Dance are after the birthday event. So each year you have a chance to just unlock them. I don't know. Fun fact.
Yeah. You know what? I just realized.
Yes.
I went to my emotes tab. I don't have the air guitar.
You need the music cape for the air guitar.
I have the music cape.
Is it trimmed? Does it? No, it doesn't have to be trimmed. Are you?
No.
Hold on.
Guess.
Hold on. Go to your music tracks. Click on the button. What? Maybe you haven't done the latest quest.
Oh.
What are you missing?
There's one that I need to do.
What's it called?
Wilderness Slayer Cave. I need to go there.
I'm so confused. Weren't you just there?
I have no idea why I haven't unlocked this track.
Oh, maybe you have to go to like a specific part of the Wilderness Slayer Cave.
Maybe.
Because I remember I had to go to a... Oh, you know how there's two different entrances to them?
Mm-hmm. The bottom entrance, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I need to get that.
Yeah, you'll get it eventually. Right. Nice.
But yeah, so 8th birthday, you get a new dance emote. You get a cape. Is that right?
You get anytime you do a event you have never done, it loads your inventory with all this shit. So I literally had like 28 new items filled my inventory.
So it's like all the other previous birthday events?
Correct. I literally had to like one by one destroy them. You can't even drop them because like I put on the fancy cape. I wielded some crazy banana that makes you like your character kind of bend down.
Squat. Turn into a Gopnik. Right?
Yeah. Turn into a Gopnik. It's weird. I don't like it. I destroyed all the items. Well, I kept one of them. Maybe I kept I think I kept that banana though. Maybe because it's still relevant.
I've seen some PKers and they'll like spec somebody out.
Uh-huh.
And while they're like dying, they'll like walk over them and then put on the banana like they're squatting.
I saw some guy doing that, being in that position. I'm like, what is that, a glitch?
Yeah, I'm like, it's weird.
Yeah.
Looks weird.
I also couldn't figure out how to start the event. I was like, how do you start this damn thing? So fun fact, if anyone ever wants to interact with like brand new content and you haven't listened to our podcast that week, the Old School homepage is unironically like a great source of just info. we're going to talk about like the new free-to-play items that are coming, not items, but content that's coming out. So like, I don't know, Jagex does do a good job of giving us like a change log. Like after they get our input from Reddit or something, they like,
right.
Anytime they want,
mostly Reddit, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, Reddit, even like the Q&A, they gather intel from like our questions during live streams and whatnot. So you can go there. Because that's kind of what we do for our podcast hosting here, is we get info from various sources. And
yeah, and we use our knowledge, to give our side of it and our opinion. And yeah.
Yep.
So with that same update, or I guess the same blog post, comes the LMS changes. They added a new map, which is the Varrock Wilderness map.
Wild Varrock?
It's awesome. Yeah, Wild Varrock. I say Varrock, but...
You say Varrock. I guess I say Varrock.
Yeah.
Just different.
Also, I think everybody who plays this game knows that nobody knows how to pronounce anything.
Oh, yeah. So. Ardoin is probably the biggest one. Ardy.
Yeah. I still call it this, but I'm kind of embarrassed to say
it's
it.
It's Ardugny. You say, I swear you say it. Do you really?
I do.
You say Ardugny?
Ardugny, yeah.
Terrible.
I say it, but if I'm actually like talking to people, I'll be conscious of the fact that I say it so weird. So then I'll say like Ardoin or something.
Dude, no one's gonna judge you. It's fine.
I know. But yeah. So the Varrock Wildy map, the Wild Varrock, is really cool. I played it a couple times, probably like 3 or 4 games on that map. It's awesome. I mean, really cool. There's a lot of stuff that they need to fix about it, such as like the walls are too big in some places where you have to like move your camera around to be able to click anybody. Some of the chests, it's not very intuitive of where they're located.
Okay.
So you kind of, I have a key in my inventory after killing somebody, and I'm trying to run around and find a chest, and by the time I find one,
you get PJ'd.
Somebody's already attacking me. Yeah, and it's just a little upsetting. They changed the chests, which spawn every now and then, which like give you an item.
Yeah.
They changed the look of it, which I had no idea until I like saw this thing and like right clicked it and it said chest, and I was like, wait, what?
Did it? What? So I have never my LMS experience very, very little. What did that random chest look like on the normal map?
It literally looks like a crate.
Okay, it's a crate.
Like a crate on the ground, not very auspicious. It's just very. It's a crate. It's on the ground. It's there, and you click it.
Is there an arrow?
This one, it's like a no.
Okay.
This one, it's like a weird obsidian magma. But I don't even know. It's very strange. I don't know how to describe it.
But you're also and what's crazy is the Wild Varrock map looks fantastic, but it's almost like there's not enough contrast. It's a dark. Imagine like if Varrock went through the apocalypse.
Yeah.
It's very gray.
Yeah.
A lot of objects to kind of maneuver around, but not a whole lot of color.
That's another thing, though. It is very gray. It's kind of depressing, but it's cool though. It's the wild, I think that's what
maybe
it should be.
It's almost like you're in deep wildy, where it's dark and dreary.
Now, the other thing I don't like about it, which I think they need to fix, but maybe not, it depends, but the original LMS map, there's a lot of trees, and you can kind of hide around the trees and attack and go back around, and it's kind of like core to LMS, I think.
Yeah, you love that shit, dude.
Is you learn how to do it, and you get good at it, and people, flame you for it, but, that's how you play LMS. And the Wildy Varrock place, a lot of trees you can shoot through. There's a lot of things that you can actually shoot through, and it doesn't work. So it's just different.
Interesting. I'm thinking back to like a Dead Man tournament. Don't they nowadays put people in these like cells and these like just like very like square I don't know, like the arena is a square, and there's no obstacles, there's no environment to maneuver around. I know some people do the whole entity hider thing, and they go underneath, and that allows them to like change their gear and like potentially spec somebody out. So what do you think? I mean, in the Wildy, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of obstructions to go around, but in LMS there are.
So in the Wildy, there are a lot of obstructions to go around, especially if you're just PKing. Like in Edgeville, there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of different things to do that in. The 1v1, it's a different scenario. It's just a 1v1 wilderness PKing. You're fighting multiple people. It's just a different game style, I think, or different PKing style. I'm about it. I think it's fun. And when people do it to me, you just got to learn how to deal with it. Freeze them before they freeze you first, and then you can do it to them, or pull them out away from the tree or something. You know what I mean? You got to be able to assess the situation and find out how to make it fit your needs. I don't know.
Yeah,
so
that's the thing that threw me off. But I will say I've gained a lot of respect for PKing and the skill that you need to get good at that.
Yeah.
It's
LMS is fun. Y'all should try it out. There's no downside to it. You don't lose anything. You only gain things if you kill people and get points. So
yeah, somebody asked in the CC yesterday if your levels matter. No, it's everyone's the same on the same playing field. You're
right.
When you enter an LMS game, you're some sort of 75 defense, max attack strength.
70, I think. Right.
Yeah, everyone has the same stats and gear.
Right. So you can be level 3 combat, go into LMS. You're the same. You're on par with everybody else. So.
Oh yeah.
Pretty cool.
And you can take advantage of it. Right now, or a week ago, Bodhi on his hardcore, another hardcore, he obviously being good at PKing took advantage. He did LMS. You can buy a ton of rune arrows. Like every point you get buys you like hundreds of rune arrows. Then there's this weird trick where like you go to the Berthope or the Rogue's Den. There's a shop there. He buys stuff for alch value, but it's shared. It's like shared Iron Man versus Normie. So he's got other accounts there immediately buying the arrows as he's selling them. Long story short, he sold thousands of rune arrows for millions of GP on his early game hardcore, just in a matter of minutes. Actual selling.
Saw Torvesta doing the same thing.
Torvesta, exactly. Torvesta did the exact same thing. So
yeah. So you can do that. You can also get an early rune pouch, 75 points. So you get a rune pouch on like a level 3 Iron Man. Pretty nice.
Which is good. Like 75 points, even for a crappy PvPer like me, not that much time commitment.
Right.
An hour here and there for a couple days, you should have that. Or a couple hours,
Yeah. Yeah, give it a try. Give it a try with the new map. The only problem right now, people who've never PK'd before, there's a lot of really good people that are playing LMS right now.
Right.
So if you go in, you might get slapped around a little bit. But it's good learning. You want to learn from the best. You don't want to, learn from the worst because you won't learn. So, yeah, give it a go.
It's true. As fun as it is to like find some sort of bot who's gold farmer, I don't know, some guy who's like not even playing and kill him. Like, oh great, I killed him. I don't know. It doesn't.
You didn't learn anything.
You're not gonna learn anything. You want to be against that dude who's gonna make you like almost freak out. And
I think there's a saying, right? Like, as a human, we grow, and without growth, you lose your humanity or something, right?
Never heard of it, but yeah.
I don't know, something like that.
It makes sense.
But yeah, always strive to grow in whatever you do, So PKing, even though it's a game, whatever, PKing, it's a very good way to learn how to PK LMS. So
yeah, for sure.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, not to.
And let's move on to.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Let's move on to the below the ice mountain pole.
Oh yeah.
Which
juicy.
I have a lot of disdain for it. I just do not like this pole.
Dude, such juicy free to play content, huh? Don't you love it?
There's two things I like in the pole, and I'll get to it, but I do not like it. I just so many new things. I think that's the biggest problem. There's a lot of stuff that they're wanting to add. New fish to eat, new fish to cook.
Yeah.
New items, new mini games, new.
You know what, dude? As you're saying that, like so much stuff, I know exactly how you feel because like a little while back, or maybe like a month and a half back, they proposed this whole rework to the Arceus spellbook. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All kind and even like reading about blood bark and swamp bark. I remember being overwhelmed with that content too. Like there's new armors and new there are times when I read this new content and I'm like, guys, too much, like stop. So
Right.
the reason I'm not, I don't feel as bad with this new free-to-play Below Ice Mountain content is because it doesn't apply to me personally. It's free-to-play area. It's really, really low-level stuff, not even like mid-game stuff, so definitely won't even be interested in touching it, except for the wieldable hammer that we might get that you can smith.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Yeah, the smith.
I'm about that.
Yeah, hey, if it can make my smithing a little easier, sure. But I feel you. Do you think that they are giving, dedicating dev time to this, and they shouldn't be?
I mean, they already have a lot, just based on the sketches and drawings and actual ideas. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel kind of bad about saying like, "Oh, screw this," just because it doesn't pertain to me. That's not what I want to get at. There's a lot of things I vote for that doesn't pertain to me, that I'm happy that it's in the game now. But this is just like, I mean, the highest cooking level for catfish that's going to be added is 46. It's very, very low. It's not even mid-game content. It's very low content, which might be good for player growth. I don't know. I haven't seen that side, but
it might be really good for the people who, man, I don't see, because levels aren't linear. Like, for guys like us who have 99s, and dude, you would have never been able to convince me otherwise. Until you get your first 99 in the game, you don't even like understand what it even, like, the scale. Like, so, like, you made a good point. This new catfish takes 46 fishing to get and 46 fishing to cook. That's not even near mid-game. Because 46, you can get 46 fishing and cooking like in your first couple hours of playing, no?
Yeah, I think mid-game is like, what, 65?
Yeah, I feel like base 65s, except for like maybe rune crafting.
No. 65 rune crafting's late game, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like 65s in your stats, like that's when you're entering the mid game. So yeah, I'm kind of seeing what you're trying to lay on us, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just like, so this update basically is going to have different things to do in the ruins underneath Ice Mountain once you complete the quest. So it's going to have like religious offerings, which is like a prayer aspect to it. It's going to have fishing, cooking, obviously the fish. It's going to have rune crafting, like golem cores. So I'm not sure what that is.
Are you not excited about golem cores, Rob?
No.
But what about the sexy new mace?
Yeah, there's a new weapon that's a mace that like it's very like.
By the way,
great.
It's called a Banite mace, but apparently in RuneScape 3, there's a material, a metal called Banite, same spelling and everything. So
Baronite?
I thought it was just Banite.
BARRONITE?
No.
Yep.
Am I just getting it mixed up now?
Yeah, that's what the mace is that they're proposing.
I'll stop talking.
Baronite. But it's similar. I don't like similarities.
Oh, wait. Maybe they already changed the name.
They probably did, but like,
because during this week's Q&A, they were like asking everyone for new names, and I think they may have just updated the blog. I could be crazy, but I could have swore it was Banite.
Put 2 R's and an O. Put 2 R's and an O on there. We're like, all right, let's call it good.
Yeah. No, I think that's what happened. It was Banite at first, but okay, cool.
So they're offering that as a new weapon, but it's very low tier, like plus 40.
Oh, they made it
like
a point, Rob. They made it a point to make it worse than the Rune Scimitar.
Yeah, but I think it's better than Rune Scimitar when you're killing something
that's weak.
With it.
That's weak to crush. Which I'm all for, by the way.
To crush.
Yeah. Well, it's
against golems. It's has a higher stats.
Oh, it's only against golems. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that though. That's what I enjoy about this new like Inquisitor armor in old school. Even though the barrier to entry is insane. I like having to like a theory craft inventory setups. I do it almost on a daily basis, and I enjoy theory crafting like different kinds of gear to wear for different situations, especially when you're using multiple attack styles.
Yeah.
So
I feel that, but I don't like this. It's too, you're never going to use it. I'd say 95, 90, 96, 97% of the player base is never going to use it. Maybe just to get it once.
Let me ask you this, Rob.
I think a lot of bots are going to be doing this content because it's free to play.
Okay, but they did do something with the bots, and now you have to have like certain number of quest points to be able to enter. It's like 6 or 16.
6.
Very, very low, because that was something else brought up.
Yeah.
Number of quest points. Let me ask you this, Rob. How do you feel about a lot of these updates that are coming into the game? The freaking Soul Wars Island update. By the way, there are now Iron Men who are Soul Wars Island locked.
Oh
no, I swear. Because do you remember when Caveman was talking to us about the subreddit called Unique Iron Man?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm subscribed to that, and after it was released, it was like episode 1. Like somebody made a freaking episode. Oh, it's already on YouTube and everything. Soul Wars Island locked UIM. My question to you is, how do you feel about Jagex coming out with all this content? They already have the whole premise laid out. The graphics are built, maybe, drawing, schematics, and all they have to do is click a button and make it. And they haven't even pulled it yet.
I mean, I don't know. I think when it comes to dev time, I'm not too worried about it. You know, I kind of want to slow down the updates anyways, so I'm not worried about the dev time that they spend on these things. But we need more players to have all this new space, I think. And I know that that's what they're trying to get, is more players in the game, but we don't have that yet. And it kind of makes the world too big, I think, in my opinion, where...
Because these areas aren't going to be utilized, are they?
No.
Like this...
I mean, for the first couple weeks, this will be, but it won't be... You know, it's going to be a wasteland.
Yeah.
Like probably the Soul Wars Island is. I've never even been there yet. I'm sure you can't find anybody on there.
No, except that one Iron Man who's locked.
That's right.
You know what, dude? It's almost like what's that mid game? And actually, it's a pretty good area. The Forthos dungeon.
It's empty now, right?
It is. Kind of. I mean, I really utilized it during the first league that they did. So the Forthos dungeon is the place with like Sarachnis, which I would recommend to anyone who's asking like, hey, what's a good mid game boss to like try out to get
first boss? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good first boss to try out because you could go as far as pray flicking, but you got to change your prayers. It's weak to crush, right? So you got to like be mindful of your gear. And there's minions. So actually, in a way, it's almost like freaking God Wars prep, kind of.
Yeah, it's definitely a good first boss. It's mid-level boss as well, so you can go to it with 70 combat or something and try it out.
But dude, that dungeon's pretty dead. I mean, it's good for Iron Man because you can get Sarah Bruce that way through those. There's keys that are dropped, and you can go open this chest. So that's kind of unique, right?
Right.
But besides that,
I think I know Old School's coming to Steam soon, so I think the player base will jump up a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know. You see my point though, right? When it comes to like expanding the world too much, where there's not enough people, we'll see how it goes. But I'm just gonna vote no to everything here, except for 2 things that I'll vote yes to. One, I might not even be able to get it because I voted no to everything else. But
wait, what are you trying to get?
One of that the thing I like is what LT mentioned earlier is the hammer, the dwarven hammer. It's a wieldable hammer that you can use for smithing. So it saves an inventory spot.
And that's for members only, so haha, free to play can't even get it.
Yeah.
It makes sense, dude. Like, why has it been so long? Why did it take so long?
You can build a hammer. You can hold a hammer in real life,
you can hold a hammer IRL. Why are we having to withdraw 27 items plus and have our hammer when we go to the anvil? Like, shit.
Right. Yeah.
But dude, didn't RS3 back in or when it was transitioning, didn't they introduce a thing like called the tool belt? And you can have like your coins on you, all your tools, and none of that went towards your 20 inventory spots.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yep. They did do that.
Dude, how OP would that be? How OP
I'd vote no.
I would vote no as well. It would be so OP just to have like all your tools on you at all times, like all your amulet molds, like I don't know.
Yeah, you could literally have everything, I think, like
Yeah.
all of that kind of stuff
Could you
on you at
imagine?
all times. Crazy.
To be fair, a lot of those tools I do go to my POH for. I go to my house for any time I have to use a mold because it's pretty uncommon for me to, have to make an amulet.
Right.
So.
And once you get late game, you don't have a lot of bank space because you have a lot of items, a lot of stuff. So you want to be able to save that as much as possible. So LT just keeps them in his house in the crafting room or whatever it is, and
the armor
pulls it whenever he needs it.
Yeah, the house is OP, man. POHs are so nice. I utilize that a lot more nowadays.
Mm-hmm. The second thing I would vote yes is the bolt pouch proposal. I think it looks awesome. A lot of people don't even know the bolt pouch exists in the game.
Exactly. Tell us, what is this wonderful thing?
Basically, you can put, I think it's just 2 different types, right? 2 different types of bolts in the bolt pouch.
I want to say it's more. They had a little GIF on their stream, and it looked like there was.
Yeah, well, I know at least it used to be 2. Maybe they're gonna buff it.
Okay, I will say at least
be very
2.
Useful.
So I think that's like just quality of life stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can now
you can put 2 ones in there, 2 of them in there, and while you have the bolt pouch in your inventory, if you go to your gear tab, you'll see the 2 bolts on the top, and you can just click one to switch it. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I know one of my buddies who just finished the Inferno, he was using it with the Armadillo Crossbow Inferno, which is pretty challenging, right? It makes it a lot slower. And there was times when he had to go from like, ruby dragon bolts to diamond dragon bolts or whatever.
Right.
So.
And I think sometimes you can switch out like a blessing there when you're not using it.
Oh, yeah.
So you have your bolt pouch with the 2 in there. You can switch your blessing out, etc. So.
Yeah, true. Because Rada's blessing, the last one of the diary, gives +2 prayer, which is it's nice. Adds up.
Pretty big in an Inferno. Yeah, where it adds up for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, I mean, but dude, this is obviously a strategic. Steam is coming out next week. I think it's like the 24th of February, and Jagex has like flat out asked the community. They're asking us all the time, like, please wish list in Steam. I don't use Steam because I don't play in other games. I do have it downloaded to my PC though. But
same.
But this is strategic. They're going to get a lot more players. People are going to be like Soulja Boy, right? Reminiscing, oh yeah, I used to play this. They're not going to buy membership. They're going to go free to play. This is really the whole point of them making this dungeon and
I can see that.
golems and all that.
Can see
There's no other reason, bro. There's literally no other reason why they're doing this.
Yeah.
It's very strategic timing. It's going to come out, considering everything passes. This dungeon is going to come out sometime in March, so like shortly after the Steam release, and it'll give up.
So
yeah, I don't know.
Based on what you've heard, feel free to vote however you choose.
Yeah, the poll's out,
guys.
guys.
See how it goes.
So if you're listening to this the weekend of release, then the poll's out. Vote for it.
Go vote.
And
Go vote.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the weekly stuff for the RuneScape updates.
Yeah, so you want to move on to letters from Tutorial Island. Some emails that we've gotten.
Yeah, we got one email this week.
Okay.
And then we also have I guess Discord is another way for our folks, our community, to like ask questions and whatnot. So
so in our Discord we have a section, I guess, that's suggestions and ideas for the podcast. So feel free if when you join our Discord, and we'll talk about it at the end of the episode. But you can always put suggestions and ideas in there. And we got a really good one. So let's go with the email first. Do you want to read it?
Yeah. So Joshua says to us, "Hey Trihards, I just recently started listening to your podcast, and it's really relaxing to listen to while out for walks or driving to work. Nothing like some good casual conversation to wind down to. Anyways, this week I got amazing RNG at Sarah God Wars Dungeon. I got the Zilliana pet at 228 KC, and it just so happens to be my favorite pet. This leads me to ask you guys, what is your favorite pet? And or have you ever had an insanely low KC RNG drop at any boss? Keep up the amazing podcast, and I look forward to tuning in each week. Josh.
Wait, you've got something.
He said ooh woo, Josh. All right.
Is this the ooh guy?
I thought to myself, I was like, is this the ooh guy?
Oh, man. Awesome, Josh. Thank you so much for the email.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Congratulations. That's a really cool pet.
Definitely.
I
don't have that pet. LT does.
I can relate.
I do not.
I am giving you Rob is my witness. I'm giving you a virtual high five, Josh. You and I have won the game.
He is.
So you want to go first?
His question.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your favorite pet? Have you ever had any insanely low KC RNG drop in any bosses? I have. So let's just talk about pets right now. So my favorite pet is probably Kriara, so the Armadillo God War boss.
Right.
I have that pet.
Nice.
Thank goodness.
Yep.
And I got it really low too. I think it's 1 in 5K, right?
Oh yeah. All the God Wars pets are 1 in 5,000.
So I got mine at like 400 KC.
That's really good.
Yeah, it was really, really good. I got really lucky. And I got Krill, which is also one of my favorites, at like 400 KC.
Insane. It's actually
so
stupid.
2 really good ones there. On my pure, I got a 1 KC Scotizo pet.
Yep.
Not too long ago, actually. So very lucky there. And any other pets? I think I got Rocky, like 70.
You have Rocky? You have Rocky on Dream Name on your main iron, huh?
Yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
How many pets do you have? Do you know off the top of your head?
Like 10 or something. Something like that.
No. 10?
Yeah. Yeah, 10? I've got a lot.
Oh, you have Vorkath, too.
Vorkath, Krill, Kree, Rocky, Chompy.
5.
Kraken. So that's 6.
Scotizo?
I've got Scotizo, 7.
Wow.
I have...
Do you have Chaos Ellie? Oh, you did lose that. You got it and you lost it the moment you got it.
On the collection log, yes.
Okay.
But we won't count that. So 7 right now.
Okay. Probably some skilling one up.
I have...
Do you have like Root, Tangler Root?
Yeah, Beaver. I have Beaver, so that's 8.
Nice. Okay.
And I think I have another 1 or 2. I can't remember.
Okay.
But yeah, and then any other RNG, I got I have really good Eldermaw RNG at Chambers, but that's about it.
Poor guy, dude. A poor guy. Oh man. Yeah, that's unfortunate. It's like it's good because you hit the mega rare table at Chambers, but you hit the wrong item.
Yes, I've hit the mega rare there's 3 items in the mega rare roll, I guess, and I've hit it 3 times. 2 Eldermaws, 1 Kodai, so just missing a T-Bow. We'll get it one day.
Yeah, and in the grand scheme of things, like let's say you're doing Zulrah, right? Zulrah drops, Blowpipe, Onyx, Magic Fang, and Serpentine Visage. Those 4 things. Like if you hit the table, maybe like, so 1 and 4 to get the one that you want.
Right.
In Rob's case, yeah, he got the Elder Maul, which is like such a big difference between Kodai and T-Bow, and that he just has to get lucky to hit the right one. So.
Yep. LT. Favorite boss or favorite pet?
Yeah, this is a very
RNG.
easy question for me. So, okay, yeah, my favorite pets are my top 3 are KQ, Kriara, and Kirill. So interestingly enough, Rob has the Kriara and the Kirill that I so much want. And as you guys know...
Also, I'm sorry, I have TOB pet as well. All right, continue.
Oh, you have the top bet. Yeah. You are a lucky guy then. So I killed over 5,000 Zammies during leagues to get the damn Zemi pet.
Oh, yeah.
No luck there. Yeah, those are pretty like S-tier pets, dude. Those are like up there. So congrats to you. I love KQ. I would love to have that one day. Those are my top 3. There's so many other good pets out there. There's 47 in the game. There's a lot of honorable mentions, but those are my top ones. If you guys know me, anyone who does know me, I'm pretty lucky in this game. Like overall, I haven't really had my like major balance out, I would say.
We call him the Golden Spoon.
Yeah.
He's luckiest dude I know.
I'm pretty spooned. So I would say my 2 best RNG moments it's with the Gauntlet and Zilliana. So with the Gauntlet, I was doing the regular gauntlet because, Corrupted's pretty hard. I was getting my feet wet with the regular gauntlet, and I did happen to pull an early gauntlet pet from the regular at like 27 or 29 KC. It's a 1 in 2,000. Crazy. So it's much, much more rare than doing the corrupted version. And then, that prompted me to do the corrupted gauntlet to get the transmog for the pet. But, just to like still practice, I was doing regular gauntlet. I pulled a Blade of Saildor from that. So effectively, I finished the gauntlet from the regular one, which is like, no one does the regular gauntlet to get the drops. You're supposed to move on to the corrupted to have the realistic drop rate. And then I did a corrupted gauntlet, and I got another blade from that. So like 30-something KC. So that's pretty disgusting. And then Zilliana is a whole different thing. By like 100 KC, I had 3 hilts. The hilts are 1 in 512. An ACB shortly after, and I actually got the Zilliana pet at like 214 KC. So by 200 KC, I was done with Zilly. Yeah, insane luck at Zilliana. So I'm sitting on like four SGSs essentially.
So I think this podcast, we're gonna talk about something a little bit different. We got a really good Discord suggestion from Drango. He says, Drango here, Vancouver in game. No, Vancouver in game.
Yeah, Vancouver.
Sorry. Your podcast is incredible. I'm a huge fan. I'd love to hear you guys discuss some early to mid-game topics. As someone who's working hard to bust out base 70s, I would love to hear some fun leveling experiences you guys have had in the past, like a retrospective on how your accounts got to the point they are, highest highs of leveling and lowest lows, the sort of thing. Keep killing the Game Boys. So,
thank you.
LT, you want to start? I think it's an awesome suggestion. So,
yeah. So my experience has only been with Iron Man, and it's no surprise. I'm very nerdy about the game. I love researching. If I have a thought that pops into my head in the middle of the day, I literally bust out my phone and I Google it. Like I will Google OSRS Vigorous Chainmace. I'm looking at the stats. Like I'm just super curious about all these little things. That makes me perfect for Iron Man, The love of the game, the fucking addiction, right? And just the overall like nerdiness. I love the numbers. I love all that stuff. So I'm always researching. And yeah, questing, Slayer. Like I feel like I played this game, quote unquote, properly. Like I've done all the things you're supposed to do. Like you're supposed to work on quests to get these things. Like I never, like when it came time to get a fighter torso, I wasn't like, well, shit, let me figure out how to I don't know. I just did it, So you have to do the stuff even when you don't necessarily want to do it. You got to figure out ways to make money. One of the things I did to make cash was I would buy battle staffs from Zaf, but then I wanted to put the orb on it, right, for crafting XP. So I would make the air orbs to get to be able to do that. I had to get cosmic runes. I crafted my own cosmic runes. I mean, I did these wild, wacky grinds that really paid off in dividends later on. And I remember when mobile came out, that was huge. That was the end of 2018. So that was within the first 6 months of me even starting to play. Mobile came out, and I have an office job. I have the ability to check my email. I'm on the computer basically from 7 to 4 for work, and it made mobile very easy.
All right.
Off the bat, I went to the Woodcutting Guild, and I was like, Arthur, you're going to stay here for many, 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 many levels. I was at U's for a very long time. I think I chopped, many thousands of U logs. I fletched all of them. Eventually, when I got to 85 woodcutting, I could chop magics. And I chopped around 10,000 magic logs. I fletched them. I added bowstring to them. Next thing I know, I'm alching 10,000 magic longbows, which gave me a bunch of magic levels, right? Fletching levels. 85 fletching is a good point to try to get to, because you can alch, and I'll never forget, it's 1536 GP, 1536 GP to alch a magic longbow. And yeah, it was well worth it. So mobile was huge. Fletching is a good way to make money. And that battle staff thing was pretty cool as well. Sorry, I know I'm rambling, but...
No. Go ahead.
There's this thing called a ring of respawn? Returning. There's a ring of returning. It's a jade ring that you enchant. And so what it does is it actually teleports you to wherever the place you have set to your respawn point. There's Lumbridge. You could have Camelot. You can have Falador. You can have Edgeville set to your respawn point. Now, as of like today, you can also have the Pharaoh's Enclave and Prifddinas set to your respawn points, right? Back in 2018, it was just those 4 that I mentioned. So I quickly realized, holy shit, if I can set Edgeville to my respawn point, I can use this ring to get there. That's a really quick way to get to a bank. It's a really quick way to get to a fairy ring. There's a fairy ring pretty close to Edgeville, and it all worked out. There's only one problem. You have to pay 5 million GP to Cristelia, the Wildy Slayer Master, to get your respawn point changed to Edgeville. And as a mid-level Iron Man, I actually did that. I don't think anybody else has done this. I think this is...
Not as a mid-level, for sure.
I was like early. I was still, I don't know, base 50s, 60s maybe. And I actually made 5 mil GP when GP was scarce, and I paid it to have my, respawn point move to Edgeville. I don't know. It was a unique thing that I did personally, but making money is never hard in this game. I think if you have put enough hours to it, it's enjoyable and you love the process. And I love the process to this very day.
Cool.
Yes. Hey.
So I have experience in both Iron Man and normal accounts. Mostly Iron Man, though. I've spent most of my time on my Iron Man Dream Name. When I was mid-game, it was a long time ago, so definitely time has gotten me to where I am. Of course, I don't play nearly as much as I did, but, during the summers when I was in college, I would play and play and play. I think the biggest thing is setting goals, of course, as a mid-game. That goal being a quest point cape, just getting all of your quests done. With quests come a lot of experience, a lot of new things unlocked, such as bosses, new training methods, etc. So definitely work on the quest point cape. Even if you hate questing, just do like 1 a day or 1 whenever you log in. And then set a goal to do like your hard 1 on the weekend or something like that. I think that's a really good way to eventually get your levels up. Also, I like to have a goal, and that's my motivation to be able to get a certain level. So a lot of quests, especially like really like Grandmaster quests, they have really high like skilling requirements, like 70 mining or something. So, work towards 70 mining just for that quest, and then do the quest, and then boom, you have 70 mining, you have some other levels, etc. I think that's pretty big. Now, if you're wanting to make money, I think money is pretty key in getting late game, especially as a normal account, because you can buy your skills and fast XP rates with money, such as like buying higher tier bars to smith, a higher tier, darts to fletch, whatever. So my suggestion for that is work on your combat stats, really get those up, whether that be just, while you're working, just sit at crabs and attack crabs and get your strength up, get your range up, get your mage up, and you kind of want to balance those 3. You don't want to be just like 1 range and 99 strength, because then there's a lot of content that you can't do that requires range. But yeah, get that going, and then you can also train your melee stats or your range mage, etc. via Slayer. Slayer is very profitable once you hit, 65? I think? Dust Devils?
Dust Devils is a good start. Gargoyles is where people say, yeah.
Right. It's a lot of money. And then you can use that money to translate into higher mining or higher, I guess mining if you want to get like a dragon pickaxe or something, but higher smithing levels, higher other levels that are translated into doing those quests. And once your Slayer's level's up as well, you can start bossing, do chambers, learn different things like that, and you'll slowly just accumulate those levels, whether it be just combat or, for Chambers of Zarek, having 78 herb lore is really good because you can make potions. So that'll be a goal. That'll be a new goal that you'll have set, and you'll be able to afford to buy pots to make to get that. And eventually, just with time, you'll get all your stats up and become late game. I think also, I don't want to plug it too much, but having like a support group and friends is something that, really motivates people to get higher levels, goals, and even like a normal account, being able to go to God Wars with a group and kill bandos and get a lucky Tacids drop or something and split it with all your friends. It's just a good motivator. We have a CC, OSRS Trihards. You can join. There's a lot of people in there. We're becoming really friendly towards each other, starting to get to know each other, our ins and outs. So, join us there, OSRS Trihards. And, we'll take you to chambers. We'll teach you. We'll give you any advice that you have. Me and LC we have a plethora of knowledge when it comes to old school RuneScape. Another thing, use the wiki. It's the best wiki out there.
Oh, it's
probably,
so good.
Actually.
It's so good. Once you know, know what to look for, like how to, I reference it every day.
I want you to get in the habit of every time you Google something, you accidentally put OSRS at the end of it.
Oh my God. Dude. I'm not blowing that out of proportion. Like, it is insane.
Right.
If I want to if my dad, we talk about, I don't know, real estate, dude, the chance of me Googling OSRS followed by whatever keyword like we're talking about, it's insane.
Yeah, like I've Googled current average mortgage rates, OSRS.
For me, I always do OSRS first at the very start. But
man,
no, no
it's
joke.
Just funny.
It's I mean, I guess you can call us nerds, but it's how we know. I just want to know a lot about it.
Time's everything, of course. So
I think what you said is fantastic.
I think,
Rob.
Yeah, just set your goals. Try to achieve those. Quests are very good goals because it's literally just laid out like you have to have 50 mining. Okay, that's my goal. You know what I mean? I'm going to do this quest by the end of the week and knock that out. I'm going to do this. I've never tried wildy bossing. Let's go kill some Scorpia, which is a pretty easy boss to kill. I've never, I don't know,
Yeah.
It's pretty intuitive. And what's cool about RuneScape is literally you can just do whatever you want. If you don't feel
there's
like
a PK
cutting,
Rob, there's a PK on us. We're at dark. Is it on you?
Oh shit!
Is it on you?
Oh shit!
It's on you. Eat.
It's not on me, dude. It's not on me. It's
okay.
not on me. I'm chilling.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep fishing.
All right, we're at dark crabs right now, guys. Obviously, we mentioned this before, but
I'm gonna go.
Some guy just died.
Cook all this shit.
Some guy was AFK and just died.
Cook all your fish, dude. Cook all your crabs.
Now I'm gonna say loot. How many? What did he get? I'm really curious. I asked him what his loot. 260. He's at 260 crabs. So some guy who's catching dark crabs with us went AFK. This guy killed him, and made 260.
Okay, he left. I cooked like a bunch of crabs. All right, sorry about that, but yeah, you get the point. Try it.
Yeah,
you'll get it.
And
join the CC, join the Discord.
Yeah.
Any questions, man? Shoot them at us. Shoot them at if we're not there. Shoot them at the other people in the CC or in the Discord.
Yeah, the questions are huge because, like, whenever I don't know something about a topic and I feel comfortable asking and discussing and just getting as nerdy as I want to be, like as a pleb, that fuels me to become better. And honestly, the people who answer my questions, it probably makes them a better teacher. Like, it's a symbiotic relationship. So yeah, please ask. And I think
look at that. Look at that dark fishing bait on the ground, man. I want to pick that up.
Oh, nice. 74. Yeah, cool.
I need that.
Streaming definitely made me a better, I guess, communicator in this way because I have my stream Discord, and every day it's like somebody has an achievement or a rare drop, and it's like we cheer each other on. Mm-hmm. It forces us to be like, Okay, cool, you got this. Like, what's next? You know, like, so now
Right.
if you come to me and say, hey, LT, I just finished this, I don't know, the one small favor quest. Like, great, what are you gonna do next?
Right.
Now you're forced to think, like, shit, what am I gonna do next? You're not like, because the last thing you want to do is, there's two things you don't want to do in this game. Like, I don't mean to tell you how to play, but there's two things you don't want to do. You don't want to bank stand, and you don't want to go to the duel arena. Like, pretty global standards. Like, don't do these things. Otherwise, you might as well just not be logged in. Let's be honest. And I was but I was listening to Rice Cup. He's a YouTuber and streamer who I follow. I have a lot of respect for him and his approach to the game. But once you've staked, once you realize that at any given moment you could, in theory, win 1 billion GP in 30 seconds, PVM, even at the highest level, is never going to interest you. So that's the point.
Stay away.
That's the point he made. Is like, yes, you could make 10 mil an hour at Theater of Blood. Like, let's say you and your boys are pulling scythes, blah, blah, blah. That's great, but 10 mil is nothing compared to you could stake 100 mil and win it. Like, so why would...
Come on, don't
encourage it, man. But that's what I'm saying is, like, you're never gonna, like, you've already lost basically. So once you start
you lose
staking,
it all too, yeah.
you've mentally already lost the game. I don't know if that's the way to put it. You guys understand. You guys are on top of it. But yeah, any questions? Yeah. The community aspect is huge, and a lot of a big reason why I progressed my account more and more and more is because I streamed. I went live, and it made me accountable for, like, my progress, and people were tuning in, and it's good, you know, when you're out there. Forces you to become better.
Speaking of our accounts, any weekly progress that you've made since the last podcast?
This week has been huge for me, dude. Huge. Shortly after you and I recorded our the last week's podcast, I did a raid with, like, some random people I met at the bank. Mm-hmm. And they basically, like, in a fun way, made fun of me for not knowing how to, like, melee skip in chambers, right? And it was that little conversation that I had with these very nice, friendly people that fueled me to, like, say, you know what, Arthur, now is the time. Like, I'm sick of not knowing what the hell's going on at home. I've done 650 chambers, and I've always had people to rely on to, like, take care of the specials, right? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. Like, good. There's a lot going on in the Great Olm room. So I took it upon myself, and in this last week, I have done maybe 20 solos, and I'm very happy with my progress, dude. So happy.
Nice.
Each raid I do, it seems like I have to use less brews, and I'm not even dying anymore. It's been wonderful. So.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
I admit I'm an idiot for being so stubborn to wait this long, but.
You were very stubborn, and we've been telling you to do solos for a while, but that's all right, dude. I'm glad you're actually doing it now.
I'm here.
So, hey.
So yeah.
Hindsight's 2020, right?
Yeah, good ups. I know you haven't been playing much, right?
Yeah, I don't have much progress at all. Just been working a lot and doing, you know, like I said, I'm getting, you know, applying for grad school, so I've been speaking to the counselors and getting all my paperwork ready and, you know, writing my letters of intent and all this fun stuff for grad school. So hopefully I get accepted, and just been doing a lot of stuff. So I get on every now and then for an hour or two and play.
Yeah, you get on some, like, most weeknights, and we talk then, but
most.
Yeah, it's definitely a very busy lifestyle, so proud of you, man.
Yep. Thanks.
But I did mess up, guys. I did have another learning opportunity, but I promise you, this is my last time.
So I got on Discord, you know, we're about to record. We go through, we talk on Discord so we can see each other, and then we record locally. But this dude's streaming, like, just to himself, but he's streaming Zora, killing Zora, and I'm like, oh, you're killing Zora, cool. And he's like, yeah, I need to. And I was like, wait, what? Why?
Like, why do you need?
And I said, show me your blowpipe in your bank.
Yeah,
it's not there. What happened?
Dude,
Let me hear the story. I haven't heard it yet.
I'm so over it. I'm not over it. I'm actually.
What'd you fucking?
I don't know, Rob. I don't. It sounds worse. I'm making this whole thing sound worse than it really is. Okay. So as you guys know, I about a month and a half ago got skull tricked. Right. That was insanely stupid. You know, it was a whole operation pulled on me. Right. The guy was like, "Hey, like box me," because a PK was on me. Right. I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. I actually turned my attack options on, and I got skull tricked. Right. Never again. Ever. So in that process, I lost my blowpipe and I lost my necklace of anguish. Right. As it turns out, I had a Tans.
But you had a second blowpipe.
I had a second blowpipe, so I was good there. Cool.
Right.
Let me just get the good stuff out of the way first. I got a Zenite yesterday. I actually have my necklace of anguish is back with me. Right. No harm done. I'm back in business. So, as some of you may know, there's a world out there called a high-risk world. Yeah. And I don't understand why this is a thing, but apparently World 474, which is a high-risk world, you can play just fine in the main area. The moment you step foot into the wilderness on this world, nothing will be saved. Everything will be lost. There's a special skull that comes over your head on this world.
Right.
Everywhere else, other than wilderness, you're fine, right? So,
right.
But for some reason, the ping, the like latency, is very low on this world, and so a lot of high-end gamers will utilize World 474, which is the U.S. high-risk world, to do Theater of Blood, Chambers of Zarek, blah blah blah. For some reason, when doing my solos, even though I never, like, the game lags, but, like, I feel like the game just lags at random times, and there's nothing we can do about it, you know? Right. And it almost doesn't even matter what world you're on. But my crazy self was like, hey, let me go to this special world that all of the elitist gamers go to do my solo chambers. Okay. I do solo chambers. I get an elite clue. And what do I do? I do the elite clue because I love clues. I go to the wilderness. There's no warning message, right? I've already gone through the warning message that says, "Hey, are you sure this is a high risk world?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I pull the Edgeville lever, and luckily, like I'm smart, quote unquote, enough to like. You know, like this was like step number 3. So whenever I do an elite clue, there's a bunch of shit that I put in my inventory, right? Lots of teleports, lots of like fancy schmancy things. And if I have to go to the wilderness, I basically just do blowpipe and like, you know, black d'hide, glory, like stuff that's fine. So blowpipe is my only like, you know, risk thing. But on a high risk world, you lose everything. There is no +1. Literally the protect item thing is gone. So that's it. I pull the lever, and there are 3 PKers right there waiting for people like me.
So they teleblocked you and just killed you?
They teleblocked me immediately. It was too late to log out. I was teleblocked, and I had some food on me because I just kind of like grabbed food with me.
Right.
Whenever I have a wilderness step, but yeah, that was.
So did you just lose your blowpipe? That's it.
Correct. The only thing that matters was my blowpipe. Yep.
Oh God, dude! I would have brought 3 things in with me.
Would you have? But you're doing a clue step though. You're not doing like PVM.
Yeah. I would have brought 3 things though. Might as well, because I usually have to kill something in the wilderness for an elite.
Yeah, but from what like all the what the pros do is they just bring their blowpipe and like all their like candor and headgear, you know, so they can go to Sherlock after. Right. There's no reason to bring 3 expensive items into the wilderness to do a clue step. It's literally just blowpipe and maybe like a house cape or something, just for a quicker way to once you're done with that step.
Well, I'm glad you didn't do what I would have done. So I'm glad you just lost the blowpipe. How many rune darts?
Why are you asking me that, dude?
How many rune darts?
Why are you asking me that?
How many?
However
How
many
lose?
fit in the fucking blowpipe.
16,000.
I lost another 16,000 rune darts.
Oh
okay,
my
it was
God.
15,000 because I loaded it up and then I've used 1,000 since. But you know what, Rob?
Oh
Honestly,
my
bro,
goodness.
dude, no joke, man to man. I'm telling you, Rob, it is liberating not having a blowpipe.
Well, you have a T-bow. Shut up.
As a T-bow user, no, I was doing Calfight Queen today, best in slot, blowpipe. Second best in slot, twisted bow. It's liberating. Wherever you're like supposed to use a blowpipe, to just use a T-bow, no scales, no darts, not even like a worry of like, oh, the supplies are getting used. I'm happy. I'm happier.
Whatever.
I'm
I see you grinding.
I was trying to do silver. But dude, after the nerf,
Dang.
like it'll be even more. It'll be less important to have a damn blowpipe.
Yeah. For sure.
This is a lesson. I am now scared to go on for. Yesterday, actually, a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, let's do a Theater of Blood." He's on World 474. What do? We do the tub on his world. I get an elite clue immediately. I'm like, I'm logging out. I'm hopping somewhere else. You will never get me to step foot in this world again. I don't give a shit about ping, about latency, no more. It's a warning to everyone else out there because I love doing clues, and it's like I'm not scared of the wilderness, dude. I have spent so many hours killing Callisto, Venenatus now. Oh, I got the treasonous ring, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a dragon pickaxe from Venenatus, and I got the treasonous ring, and I've been trying to do some Callisto, but it's so PK heavy that it's not even worth it most of the time.
Cool.
But I'm very comfortable in the wilderness doing PVM because when I'm doing PVM, I always check like what's protected, what's not. But man, when you just pop into the wilderness lever and there's no warning message like that, and you transition from like PVM to the wilderness, it's very risky.
Yeah.
Very,
definitely.
very, very risky. So.
All right. So what other news is there?
I do want to mention to anyone interested, I've been following this very closely, is a cold one. He has probably done more Theater of Blood solos than anybody else in the game. He has a hardcore Iron Man whose goal was to solo the Theater of Blood. This will be a world's first. So he has full Guthans. He has a Blood Shard. He's done many trials of this. And this coming Friday, the 26th of February, in the evening time, he's going to be showing a recording of him doing this. Yeah, he's going to do it offline.
Okay, so he's not streaming, so there's no
DDoSing. I mean, he's very, very good at the game.
No DDoSing, there's no lag.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
If you've never seen like immaculate gameplay before in a very tense environment where Theater of Blood is very intense, where it's like when you're doing a solo, every movement is
easy.
It's tick perfect. Is what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's you're basically at 1 HP for like half the damn thing, for half of the hour and a half that you're there. You're at 1 HP.
Yeah.
You're having to rely on like tick perfect stuff to stay alive. And he's obviously put in hundreds of hours if not 1,000 hours on his hardcore now. So it's a pretty impressive feat to do this on a one death account, or a one life account. I mean.
Yeah, so when is that? You said Friday?
Friday the 26th.
February 26th?
Somewhere between 8 and 10 p.m. Eastern time. That's when he'll be live streaming the recording, basically.
Cool. I'm definitely going to check it out.
Yes, for sure. Other than that, I'm sorry for the rants, but yeah, I've had a lot going on this past week with my solos and trying to recover. But, dude, how happy was I to get that Zenite shard, to get my anguish back? So happy.
Right.
So happy to have Max.
Well, hey, we are all at the Trihards super proud of you.
Oh, we got to talk about...
Keep it on.
Speaking of Trihards, we got to talk about one of our Patreons got an awesome thing. You're thinking.
Yes, I am.
Sallamander.
What did he get again? Yeah. He got
the thieving. I apologize because I talked to him a little bit more than you do, I guess, throughout the day. But Sallamander is he plays an Iron Man account, and he's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. he has like over 99 agility and thieving.
Why?
Like, he went past 99 agility and thieving. And
Hey,
this
teach his
crazy
own,
guy, he really wanted to get the thieving pet, which is the little like Rocky, the little raccoon, you know? And you can recolor it. And he got it today.
Yeah, I remember probably a couple days ago him like, hey, I'm just doing Master Farmers until I get Thieving Pet.
Yeah. Dude, you should see his loot. Oh my god, it's so much loot here.
Yeah, that's insane though. Congrats to him. It's awesome.
Yeah, he got like just hundreds of Renar seeds, hundreds of Snapdragon seeds, insane seeds. A bunch of Torstals, like the loot. I mean, obviously it's a lot of clicking, but about 20 mil thieving XP. But he got the pet, so.
That's awesome.
That, my friends, is dedication.
Definitely.
Yeah. Whatever keeps you going. And honestly, like if a pet keeps you going, just go for it. Because it doesn't matter what boss you kill, you're going to probably profit. You know, you're going to profit a bunch of something, whatever that boss has to offer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just ask Sync.
Just ask, yes. Oh, my God, Sync. Oh, if anybody wants to go for the Chambers of Xeric's pet, you will be a multi-billionaire in this game. Easy.
Right. All right, so that's going to end the podcast. You can find us on Twitter at OSRS Trihards. If you're looking for a friend set to hang out in, just use OSRS Trihards in-game. We also have a Discord. The invite link is in both of our Twitch bios. I'm at twitch.tv/itisrobert.
And I'm at twitch.tv/LT_potato with an E at the end of the O. Shout out to OSRS Beats for providing us with this amazing intro and outro music. And a massive shout out to our Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. If you're looking for another OSRS themed podcast, check out the Wilderness Podcast. Their episodes are longer than ours, and they're a lot of fun to listen to.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.